Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra, and on this edition, I'll give you a wrap up of the day's trade, how the stock markets reacted throughout the trading session, and what were the closing levels like. Well, after a strong start to the day and climbing almost 1,000 points, the Sensex and the Nifty did erase most of the morning gains, with the last 1 hour of trade showing a lot of decline and erasing all those gains, and ended slightly below the flat line, and they gave up all the morning gains in today's trading session. When you talk about the closing levels, the Sensex closed with a 76-point cut at 57,200. Talk about the Nifty index as well, that managed to end above the 17,100 mark, but was marginally down by 8 odd points right at the closing level. They definitely managed to wipe out all the morning gains dragged by the banks and the auto stocks today. Bears regained control towards the end of the session in the dying hour of trade, forcing the indices to give up most of the morning gains. The broader markets, however, were trading higher and bucking the trend. Talk about the stocks that were in action. NTPC was the top gainer, up 3.8%, followed by Sun Pharma, IndusInd Bank, and ITC. On the downside, we had Maruti Suzuki falling 3 odd percent, accompanied by Tech Mahindra, Powergrid Corporation, and ICICI Bank. Also, talk about the other factors that were important to track in today's trading session. We did see the Nifty Bank also slipping down by over 290 odd points at 37,689. It retreated 732 odd points from the day's high as well. Apart from this, we did see action coming in onto separate stocks which were in news today, in news developments today. Bharti Airtel was up by 1%. Of course, throughout the trading session, this was one of the most active stocks, although it ended off the day's high level. But the news flow was such that Google has picked up over a percent stake and is investing in the company, and that's going to be kicking the kind of buzzing action we expect on the telecom space. On the one hand, Google is already tied up with Reliance Jio, launched a smartphone as well in the Indian market, and now with the tie-up with the Airtel as well. All eyes on how this entire telecom space is likely to emerge with consolidations. M&A is going to take place going forward from here as well. In fact, when we talk about a weekly performance, it has been a rather poor performance for the Indian markets this week. The Sensex and the Nifty have logged their second worst week in 2022 already, with a downfall of 3 odd percent for the major indices today. Apart from this, we were also looking at the primary market buzz. Adani Wilmar's IPO got fully subscribed on the second day of sale. Retail investors oversubscribed their portion, with the NIIs have bid more than 80% of their quota. QIBs also subscribed 30% of the portion reserved for them. There were a whole host of stocks that were in action on the back of the earnings they reported. Punjab National Bank, for example, surged 3% after posting a 123% spike in the net profit. Dalmia Bharat reported a 60% year-on-year decline in PAT, and therefore the stock was seeing some kind of a volatile move. Bajaj Healthcare Q3 profit also fell by 34% at 17.4 odd crores. Century Plyboards Q3 net profit jumped 42.8% at 94 crore rupees. Positive results coming in on that. NIIT Q3 profit also jumped 32.9% at 55 crores. Another positive earnings right there. However, MapMy India recently listed stock fell over 11% after the poor December quarterly numbers. Kotak Mahindra Bank Q3 net profit also rose 15% on a year-on-year basis to 2131 crore rupees, beating the estimates, and therefore the stock was inching higher. Post the results, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories Q3 profit came in at 706 odd crore rupees. Central Bank of India Q3 profit also jumped by 68.6% at 278 crore rupees. LIC Housing Finance share prices also surged after the Q3 PAT actually rose to 767 crore rupees. Now, we did speak to experts to understand how they really analyzed the kind of week that we have had and what is the outlook going forward as we step into the budget week, the biggest trading week that we will be witnessing starting Monday. Now, experts do believe that we have already seen a whole lot of volatility right ahead of the budget, no pre-budget spark for sure. So hopes are rising on some positive announcements on the budget, kicking in a new leg of of the rally for the Indian markets in the next week as well. However, when we talk about this week's performance, after a decent opening post yesterday's week closing, Vinod Nair believes that domestic bourses again started on a quick sell-off mode as yet again, tracking the weak European trends that we witnessed today. He also believes that policy tightening by the US Fed and the rising geopolitical tensions in Ukraine colored the global sentiments red absolutely, and which definitely impacted the Indian market sentiment too. We just believe that we can't rule out more volatility right ahead of the budget, and the budget will definitely set the tone for the Indian markets going forward. Monday will be when we will be witnessing the economic survey and the estimates on GDP, and that will set the tone for the union budget to be presented on 1st of February as well. So this is your destination for the budget and the stock market news coverage as well. So definitely stay tuned onto Business Today. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and stick with us via our social media platforms to get updated with all the news from the world of business and finance. Thanks a lot for tuning in for now.